All right, guys. Welcome to the first and a half episode of The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Uh, I am the stuttering hillbilly, so here's a big howdy for me. And this is dubbed over as I was watching a movie with my nephew, the Lego movie, which is amazing. And so I had the sound muted, but I decided to try and record. Will either be my first or second episode to YouTube ever of anything, so it's still I'm still in the testing stage. This run. I decided to exit it out just because of the starting item I got. I can't stand it. It's hard to multitask with it, trying to move around Eve and your tier at the same time. It's just something I haven't had much practice with. But so this next run is with Isaac, and starting out decent with the prayer card, and this run overall turned out to be really amazing. Actually, I was really surprised. It was a good run to go. I'm just really bummed that I didn't get audio in time with it. So it was really interesting, but yeah, so excuse the little snip right there where I went to full screen. I'm still trying to play around with settings and whatnot, but I'm recording using OBS, and the quality is fairly low because of my laptop, so excuse the drop frames and choppiness um, and lighting, possibly. I'm very new to this whole producing content, incredibly new. Like I said, this will be either my first or second. My first attempt, I'm trying to figure out how to convert the file into an MP4 format, which I know is a better format. At least it's a more complete. You don't have to convert it, and I don't. I think there might be quality loss between going from FLV to MP4, but regardless, I don't really know. So I'll find out. But so this run's just heading fairly standard. I already took damage like a scrub, but it's a first floor, so it doesn't really matter. And the prayer card's great. It recharges every 6 rooms, and when you have it, it gives you a soul heart. Not a soul heart, a divine heart, a white heart that when you clear the floor, if you still have it, when you go down, you gain another heart container. Here I am trying to check for the secret room. Boom, sweetness. But this pill room was actually pretty amazing, minus that one. But tears up, balls of steel, health up, and I can see forever, so I can find the other secret room. But the super secret room, which I was just in, you find those usually, at least as far as what I've seen from Isaac, is from they are around the boss room and they're not connected to any other adjoining rooms. And that is a secret room where I found a golden poo, where there's just some coins, some spiders, and the wizard effect just ran out, thankfully, which that pill aggravates me so much just because it's a pain to deal with. And here I have enough coins, so I decided to pick up a soul heart, and I was gonna grab the Bible right there to make clearing mom easier in general, but I picked the black candle just because of you get a black heart and you don't have to deal with curses on the floor. At least I think. But here's the first boss of the first floor, and it's Famine, one of the horsemen. And my stats aren't that great, but with the tears up pill, I felt like it was a lot easier to deal with, at least. Uh, Famine is definitely one of the easier horsemen, as he just spawns flies and flies across the screen until he goes to his second stage, and then he's essentially like one of the just floating heads. And excuse my speech. I know. Well, it goes along with my name, but I do struggle talking at times, so forgive that. The whole trying to produce content is a way of me to try and get better at it. I went to therapy as a child for years, and it's just it's nice to practice to try and keep up on those rules I learned. But cleared the first floor, nothing special. Have cube meat, um, and from here on out, things start to get pretty intriguing. At least I think. I find some pretty good stuff, and there I think I was playing with some settings, uh, and took some scrub damage, but thankfully I had a black heart and some soul hearts to deal with that. And I had found the broken remote, so I didn't realize when I used the prayer card, it automatically teleported me, and I used it several times, not knowing that's the cause. I thought in the update, it updated the prayer card to where it did that, and it really bothered me. But I found out later that, oh, it's the remote that I had for a trinket was causing me to teleport. And I had just found the Holy Mantle Shield, which is a great item. It acts as a one hit shield per room, I believe. It absorbed a lot of damage across the run, and already just from the prayer card and the Holy Mantle and the Black Candle, it might not seem like it, but those are all very good items to have very early on, at least in my mind. Pretty standard room so far, nothing extravagant. In this run, there are several spots where I don't really spend much time exploring the floors after I find the item rooms because I don't have a bunch of money to go to the shop. And as I say that, I go and explore the floor. But I'm trying to find tinted rocks right here, trying to get some more soul hearts to make things easier, and things are going normal. Damage is subpar at best. I actually didn't get a straight up damage up item all run, I don't believe. More keys. Keys are always a good thing. I always seem to fight to try and find keys, but in this run I didn't really feel that need because there have been multiple runs where I've had to skip item rooms just because I didn't have a key. This is a new kind of fly, and there finishes my divine heart, so I have fairly solid health for early on in the run. So at this point on, I knew that the run was gonna be decent. I wouldn't say set at all, but I knew that I had a chance. Somehow I avoided damage from that troll bomb, and I think from this point it's just no use in trying to grab that heart, none at all. And I'm heading to the boss room, it appears. Excuse the background noise. I'm very unprofessional, but such is life. Monstro, very standard boss, but like I said, when I was playing through this run, I was watching the Lego movie with my nephew, which I've had for a while, but I've never actually finished it, just because the first little stunt of the movie I felt was really random, and I thought, well, if the whole film's like this, then I can't get through it. But it really was sat there in the background while I was playing, and when I got done with the run, I got really involved into the movie, and I really enjoyed it. And I used my prayer card right there, and completely blew my chance with the devil. But that's not. And at the time, with the health I had, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to have taken that devil item if it was decent. But the safety pin's always a good thing because then tears up, range up. It's awesome. But the movie was great. Like, it turned out to actually have a really good story, and it was incredibly random. But as a child, I thoroughly enjoyed Legos, and here we are, all on the Caves 1, and I almost have maxed out health to a certain degree, with Soul Hearts and Black Hearts. But I don't think I've ever had that much health this early on in the run, which it's not really that early on now, but I mean, still not to Mom's foot yet. Still one floor to go before Mom's foot, and I almost have full health. And I struggled with these guys. I was just kind of, I wasn't being careless. It's just I don't know what the deal was. It just took a while. I was trying to strafe them, and I was it was like trying to hit a barn door with the pea shooter, which makes no sense, but it made me feel dumber than a beaver caught in a bear trap. And those double spiders always give me hell every time. But thankfully, I had the holy mantle to absorb the damage that I was supposed to take there. Excuse the sigh. Monstro's Lung. This is where things really get interesting. It's a charge up shot that fires, as you can see, and I really enjoy it. The charge up time is a little. I'm not very patient with it. Uh, I didn't have coins there, but I had the key to where I didn't. I had just picked up the key where I don't use keys for the floor, so I thought it might as well be worth seeing what was inside the room. And homing spiders and a champion homing spider, probably with poison damage, but holy shield being the real MVP that run. This run, health up, always good. Sitting at maximum heart containers at this point. More homing spiders. Just trying to be patient with this run. As you can see, I still don't have a lot of damage, but the spread from the amount of shots that are actually hitting at once account for my lack of single target damage. So it's actually pretty solid. Essentially, it's just like a shotgun with varying sizes of tiers, and the mini greed head and the fly giving me more trouble than it should. Can't take that heart and full up on heart containers, trying to decide if I'm heading to the boss or not. And I will take that bomb for the cost of a bomb. So I did gain one bomb. And the husk, the next boss, he is a variant of the Lord of the Flies. He essentially does the same thing and drops spiders and flies. Uh, no, no big deal here. It looks like I already used up my holy mantle charge for the room, and I did take some scrub damage, but it cleared the room of the flies and spiders, so it worked out. I also have the cube of meat orbital in the first stage, which is also helping me quite a bit, absorbing some damage, and once again back at full health. And I used the prayer card again, but it saved me a half heart going into the cursed room, which I just used up on that, but I gained this half heart back, and so essentially it would have been the exact same thing as me going into the cursed room. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. And I decided to not go to the big room because they're usually just a pain. At that point, I didn't see a need in going on farther into the floor. I just thought I'd go straight down. And here we're on. I was massively wrong when I said I was a floor away from Mom's foot. I was 3 floors away from Mom's foot, and I'm sitting at max health. And at this point, I probably should have gotten rid of the prayer card because it was starting to eat into my soul hearts, which myself, I like to have soul hearts more than red hearts, just because you're more likely to get a deal with the devil. But I do understand that with more red hearts, you can actually refill them. But on the run before this that I recorded, which I'm not sure if it'll actually get uploaded, I did have Dark Bum, and very out of place. Not many red hearts dropped. I did beat Isaac that run, but I was really surprised that I didn't have full health as far as soul hearts goes. Um, envy, pretty typical. It's nice with the lung just because you can kind of pepper them, and um, it could have turned out worse. If you don't pick on them as they split, then you can just have a whole bunch of little guys flying around at once, and usually you're gonna have a bad time. And I still have that "Are You a Wizard" pill, which I was just holding as a placeholder. I actually kind of wanted to try it to see what kind of effect it would have on Monstro's lung, but I guess I didn't see the need to actually try. A judgment or a bum friend, and he just completely screwed me. And I knew he probably wouldn't pay out with 4 coins, but you really never know. It's always worth checking. And these Marowak Cubone-esque guys, oh my goodness, they are the bane of my existence. They are rough just because they have such a high fire rate, and um, I I have the tendency to walk into where they're throwing, and they're really accurate. I guess in that sense, or I'm just a scrub. Probably the scrub. Excuse me. And I don't know. Okay, yeah, I was about to say I don't have coins. Do not go into the shop. There's absolutely no need to. And as I casually wait here, I actually don't know what the deal is. I think I might have stopped to watch the movie for a second. Very simple room right there. Sacrifice room, don't need to do, even though I had a multitude of health to do it. Probably wouldn't hurt, but easy room for the item room and the boss room right here. And I skipped that pill because I think I'd had enough good pills, and Ipecac. This is where things get really gnarly. And I didn't even see that secret room that popped up when I actually played through it, but the hollow Ipecac with Monstro's lung just absolutely does work. Wooden spoon speed up and could have skipped that, and I convert a soul heart to a red heart, but try a bomb here. I've read somewhere on Platinum God that shows all the items that there's something that drops from those. But once again, I used the prayer card to get another sacred heart to convert one more soul heart when I go down the floor. Still don't have coins. Should have blew him up, but it wouldn't have gained me much at that point. Swap that pill out, and down I go on to the depths 2, or I don't think it was a necropolis, so the depths 1. I am so behind on the floors. I often uh, don't keep track that well, and then I go to the boss room, and all of a sudden it's Mom's foot, and I'm like, oh goodness, I didn't realize. And as you can see, I have full health, and soul hearts are just dropping like candy, man. It's kind of depressing because I don't usually have runs where health is just to excess, uh, and the poops are just exploding. And I just paused to check my stats real quick, trying to blow up all of the rocks there to see if there is a secret tunnel that might pop out, and another soul heart. And this combo right here, this synergy between Monstro's Lung and Ipecac, if that's how you pronounce it, is just absolutely demolishing. And with the Holy Mantle, it's really nice because you get a buffer if you hit something that's too close to you, so you don't take insta damage. It absorbs it, so you get 1 free grace per room, and I take that black heart to convert a soul heart to a black heart just because it's nice to have, because when they get used up, they do nuke the room. Very simple room here, too. Excuse the background noise. And here's where I decide to switch out the broken remote. I guess I could have dropped it, but at that point I knew what was going on with that item and my prayer card, so I just swapped it out for a placeholder. And I decided to go find the item room because I don't think I'd found it yet on this floor, or I wasn't going to the shop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just hadn't found the item room yet. Grab chest and grab a better trinket. Always check fires. You never know when they might drop soul hearts or coins, or soul hearts are more of a rare drop from them. But Monster as long I had my sound completely muted, so I didn't realize that Mom's hands were in the room. So that was kind of a scrub mistake on my part. Excuse me. Marrow axe, and I don't know what those guys are called, but the front of their face is shielded unless you have explosive or piercing damage. The Empress card, which gives you the effect of the Whore of Babylon, and I pick up Drive Baby here from Exploding Rocks, which is actually a solid pickup too. Randomly, I think it's random, or it might not be. But regardless, at some point in time, he activates the Necronomicon effect, which is really handy because it nukes the room. And then I pick up the big fan protect, the fly right there, which is just an orbital protector, and it's just nice because it's more protection from damage. And like right there, that's an example of my holy mantle absorbing my mishaps with that shot, and I kind of abuse it. Sacrifice room don't need. I thinking about heading to the cursed room, and I do. Another soul heart that I can't use. And 2 more, so that's a rarity too. 3 soul hearts from 4 blue fires. I usually just find 1 in the groups of 4, but with the rosary bead, I assume that means that you have more of a chance to find soul hearts. And as you can see, there's at least 6 soul hearts laying around this floor in general. So at this point, I decided to just check the shop and clear out Mom's hands. I think it was more of a I have to get revenge for my scrub mistake. And the poison damage is also very nice. I'm actually not entirely sure what gave me the poison damage, but it is really handy to have. And going to the boss, going to Mom's foot. I think I'm on that floor. I know I struggle. Short-term memory is at an all-time low right now. And the gate. No, I'm still 1 floor from Mom's foot, but I almost one-shot the gate with this weapon combo. It's really handy, and a deal with the angel and some Mom's underwear for some range up, and more soul hearts that I can't use. So that's a total of 9 soul hearts on this floor that I couldn't even touch because I had full health. That is just absolutely baffles me. Gets me more riled up than 2 squirrels in a tube sock with 1 nut. And forgive me, that's one of my terrible little dialects that I tend to say. Pretty decent room, just trying to avoid the blood there on the floor. I had thought I'd killed him prior, but he had jumped at the right second, and that was a dead end. And the hollow, just absolutely wreck him. Grab the key, keep going. And at this point, I really should have dropped the prayer card a lot sooner and picked up something, but there wasn't another substitute, honestly, throughout the run. Charger, free cake. And at this point, I thought it was worth it to just use a key, gained a key, and gained another key. So I gained one key over that whole deal. And the miter, this is where, I'm already really powerful. My stats, my damage, and my tears or fire rate was maximum. It wasn't my tears were maximum, I believe, the top right stat. And then, so with the Holy Mantle and the Miter, you get 2 free hits per room. It looks like. I think that's what I determined. And it was super nice because I did get the Dark Boy achievement on this run, which I hadn't gotten before apparently. But so with Monstro's Lung, Ipecac, somehow I got poison damage. The Black Candle, which saved me from curses on the floors, which is amazing. And then the Dry Baby, so a random nuke effect, and orbitals. It was just, I felt really strong. And this was a little scrub move. I was waiting for the foot to drop, and it didn't, because you can see the little black circle right there where her foot should have dropped. But I essentially almost one-shotted Mom. Got the Dark Boy achievement, more soul hearts that I can't even touch with a 10-foot stick. And there's a little stint on my stats if you want to pause the video and check it. And on to the womb. Check the floors, see if it's worth heading back to, but I don't have a way to go back, I realize. So the womb, here we go. The little cutscenes between floors are always slightly disturbing. Isaac has a really vivid imagination about things that happened to him. I'm not sure if they actually happened or if that's just what he thought. Some say that this game is just like a giant psychological thing about Isaac, about how this is what he thinks happens, and he's just kind of a depressed boy. But then some see it as a very biblical satire, as all the characters are names from the Bible, and they all have reference as Judas. That's actually the first time I had taken real damage for quite a while, but thankfully I had hearts. But Judas, actually, the character with a fez, they say is a reference to the creator of the game Fez, that he is the Judas, and in the Bible he was a betrayer. So I thought that was really interesting. In a troll chest, excuse me, I just got a drink of water. The troll chests are really annoying because I had to use 2 keys at that point, but since I was inside the womb, it really didn't affect me a whole lot because you don't get an item room, and I already found the boss. It didn't take too long. Poison damage doing me good. Conquest, another of the horsemen, and I just completely wreck him too. Used up my first free hit, and come at me, bro. And I get the white horse, the white pony, which gave me flight, so I just grabbed one last use of the prayer card just for shits and gigs, I reckon. But on to the final floor to fight It Lives. I have beaten the game enough to unlock It Lives, and that did me nothing. Excuse my crunching of ice. Very unprofessional. And this arcade really did me no good. I was hoping to get some heart drops to use the blood bank, but it really wouldn't have mattered. I had full health. I see that in hindsight. So eventually I just blow them both up. Nothing extravagant here. I get half a heart, but I forgot I was in the womb. So when I use that to use that half heart, um, I lost a half heart in the whole deal just to gain a few coins. And the donation box, it's interesting to see. At one point in time, I had about 290 coins in there. But the nice thing I like about the donation machine is that it rolls over, but I haven't seen YouTubers do this before. If they're low on coins, you can actually use a bomb on the donation machine to actually raise your money. So I've actually abused that quite a bit lately, and I need to just spend some runs to build that back up. And I do get a dinner, which does absolutely nothing because I have. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I have full health, so dinner did me nothing. Brimstone wall spider room. Alright, sorry guys, there's probably a little snippet where I think I timed it right, where I really didn't miss much, but I really pray that the audio isn't unlinked up with the gameplay at this point. I had to stop and do something, so if I can get it worked out and snipped back to where it's in sync, I will. I really hope it is, because I don't want to have to deal with that mess. I had to stop and talk to my mom. There's a bum friend and a judgment. I decided it's not worth jacking with them at this point. Just take what they get from exploding them. And with the weapon tiers I have right now, it's really nice because I don't need to waste bombs. So I just kind of blow through things. Do I go to the cursed room? I do, because at that point it's only half a heart, or well, a full heart and not two. But luckily with the miter, nope, I was wrong. I thought I might have been spared that little chunk of damage and easily just demolish that room. An arcade guy, a gambler, I guess I'll call him a gambler. I decided it's not worth trying to jack with. I probably wouldn't get good Tolle. Secret room here. Blow up the guy, try and get some coins. Just absolutely burning through this run. It's not a total run, and this is. I decided to just skip Mom's heart. When I found the Joker, I decided to just go on down to Sheol, because I've never beaten Satan before, and at that point I thought I can absolutely demolish him easily, because I still don't have Judas unlocked, so I thought, from what I've seen on YouTube, you get him when you beat Satan for the first time, and then I find this. So I go down, I'm like, we're in Sheol. It can't go on to a skip, and looky here, skip down to the next floor. So I take the red heart, check over, and I think about this stuff a whole lot, and I think, well, I might as well dump what coins I can dump into the machine. It maxes out at 130 or so, and the items here, none of them were really that appealing to me because I never use the white pony rune charge. I usually take it for the flight aspect more than anything. So yeah, I sit here and think about it and then just go on down. I'm really shocked it let me, because you get to the Lamb, the dark floor, by completing the negative Polaroid and beating Satan, maybe, or that. on normal mode. I don't know, but I got to the dark floor. This is my first venture down here. I've seen it a couple times through various YouTubers, members of the Minecraft network that play Isaac, as in Pyro Puncher and Pause on Pause, and then Generation Hollow and Biznap, which the last two are not um, part of Minecraft, but I follow them to thoroughly enjoy their videos. And I still have full health and double Widow Room, making short work. And it seems the Dark Floor is you get more of a chance to get items like not that affect your stats, and the rooms are tend to be filled with just bosses or mini bosses of some kind. Polycephalus, a triple, which is really frustrating. I'm not a big fan of this boss at all, just for the fact that it pops up out of the floor. Dry Baby, nuking absolutely nothing, really. I'm not even sure if it does damage to bosses, and I decide to avoid the broken mirror like the Black Plague because reflective shots and explosive Monstro's Lung. Oh my goodness, it was gonna be a bad time. And more background noise I'm gonna have to filter out. Awesome. I'm moving here soon. Within the month, I purchased my first home. I just got done with school in May, so that'll be incredibly nice to have some personal space again. And there Death goes, using his effect to slow me, but it never really seems to affect me regardless. Like, I don't see a large difference. Super greed and two greeds absolutely wrecked very quickly. Two chubs go down very quickly. Yeah, this is probably on par with probably the most powerful I've ever felt. But runs with Ipecac usually turn out to be really OP. Double War taken out without much problems. Hearts that I have absolutely no use for. Double Gertie Juniors. Once again, very easily taken down. And we have a Gluttony, a Super Greed. I think that's a Super Gluttony. And a Super. Oh, what deadly sin is that? That's not. I can't remember. He's a deadly sin, but I can't recall which one. That shoots poison shots, and I got a quarter right there, which also does me no good. Um, like I said, you're supposed to get more items on the dark floor, but I really didn't find much. I can't recall these guys' names either. The Cage, yeah, the Cage. It was a double the Cage, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't hate. Um, and once again, useless item for me. I would much prefer to have the Flight and the Haunter boss, and I just demolish them. Kabam, Dunskies. And at this point, I had explored a good chunk of the floor, so I'm just trying to hunt down items before I fight the land, just because I thought I would have much more of a rough time with them. Double Lust, or no, a Lust, a Pearl Super Pride, Super Lust and a Super Envy, or a Champion Envy. I didn't really have problems with this Envy. It was a large room, so it was a lot more interesting to try and track down all the little globules were flying around. But with Ipecac and Monstros Long, it was significantly easier. I don't think I would have beaten the run if not for the two. By far, when I got Ipecac with Monstros Long, I instantly knew that it was set in some way. I just thought I'd get to It Lives and probably go on to Isaac again. I've almost finished the Polaroid, but here's the lamb. This is the first time I've seen the lamb outside of a YouTube clip, and with what I had, I really didn't have problems with him before. The swirly tear effect was very similar to what Mom's Heart does, and the head's done, and the body's done, and that is the end of the run. And this is the ending with the missing page and Choppy at the end. Great. But so yeah, so this is my first recording of an Binding of Isaac Rebirth run. I know it's probably not very high quality, but this is something that I would like to try and do. Probably not incredibly often, but it's just something I've wanted to do for a while as far as produce YouTube content. So thank y'all for joining, and I hope y'all have a great day. And since it is the Thanksgiving season, have a great Thanksgiving. 10-4, over and out.